ॐ मौनव्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं युवानं वर्षिष्ठान्ते वसदृशिगणैरावृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे यन्नित्यमानन्दमनन्तमेकं शिवेति नाम्ना श्रुतयो गृह्णन्ति तस्यावतारो नररूपधारी कृपासुधाब्धि भुवि रामकृष्णः जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयोः श्रुत्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। रामाय रामचन्द्राय रामभद्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। सत्यव्रतं सत्यपरं त्रिसत्यं सत्यस्य योनिं निहितं च सत्ये सत्यस्य सत्यं मृतसत्यनेत्रं सत्यात्मकं त्वां शरणं प्रपन्नाः। यस्यात्मभूतस्य गुरोः प्रसादाद् अहं विमुक्तोऽस्मि शरीरबन्धात् सर्वोपदेष्टुः पुरुषोत्तमस्य तस्याङ्घ्रियुग्मं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। Bhagavan Rama established that Satyavan eva jayati. A man of truth alone is successful in his day-to-day life and in the life after death also. When he talked about life after the death, he brought Veda Vakyas as Pramanam. Veda as Pramanam, which reveal Apaurusheya Vastuni, those things which cannot be known through our sense organs, is called Apaurusheya Vastu. Punya, Papa, Swarga, Naraka, Punarjanma, Ishvara, all these are all Apaurusheya Vastuni. When anybody talks about these things, one has to take Shastra as the Praman. In the last class, we saw that Ramji established that an individual survives after his physical death and that there is birth after birth, and the action done in one birth is carried forward to next Janma, and there are Punyam, Papam, Swarga, Naraka, Ishvara as Karmaphala Dhata. All these are realities. All these are there. All these exist. Whether a person understands or not, these things exist. Even when a person is not able to see these things through sense organs and mind, these things exist. Therefore, a person is responsible for every action and he has to be very careful in leading life, especially with regard to following the values. This was the argument. When Ramji established these teachings, there may be a question from a person who happened to be a Nastikaha, who happened to deny these teachings of scripture. He may argue that all your arguments that the individual survives the physical death, that the individual jiva has many janmas, that the action done in one particular janma is going to produce result in next janma, then that there is a God who is governing all this karma niyati. All these arguments are valid only when I accept Veda as Pramanam, only I accept Shastram as Praman. How can I accept Shastram, which happen to be the words of rishis, when I never saw those people who are called as rishis? What is the question? How can I accept Shastram as Pramanam? How can I accept the words of Rishis as a truthful one? How can I depend upon their words when I never see them, when I never encounter in my life? How can I accept their words? That was the question. Up to this, we ended the last class. The answer is, whether a person accepts or not, truth is truth. Truth doesn't depend upon acceptance of anyone. Truth exists independently. It doesn't depend upon somebody's acceptance. What is the criterion that it can be called as truth? Even though you may not accept, you cannot negate it. Even though you may not accept, you cannot negate it. Abaditam, abaditam satyam, trikala abaditam satyam. That is the definition for truth. That which cannot be negated in all the 3 periods of time is called satyam. Since you don't have any access to all these things revealed by Veda. What are all those things? Ishvara, Swarga, Naraka, Papa, Punya. All these are all revealed by Shastram. It can never be revealed by your mind or your sense organs. Your mind and sense organs can work only in 5 areas. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. The things which are revealed by the Shastram cannot be negated. You may not accept it, or you may not make use of them. You may not believe also. You may not believe also. You may not make use of them. You may not accept them. But not believing also is a belief. Please understand. When somebody says, I don't accept God. Why? If I ask, He is not there. He is not there. How you know He is not there? It is my belief, that's all. So non-acceptance is not the criterion for truth. Or acceptance is not the criterion for truth. What is the criterion for truth? That which cannot be negated. Unnegatability is the criterion for truth. So whether you accept or not, whether you make use of or not, whether you believe or not, that not believing also is a belief only. You don't have any proof to prove that what Veda says is wrong. What Rishi says is wrong. You don't have any proof. Moreover, what Veda reveals is not a belief at all. It's not a matter of belief at all. It is a matter of understanding. Generally, people say, Veda says, therefore you believe. Veda doesn't say that. Only ordinary person says, it is told in the Veda, it is told in the scripture, therefore you believe. That is an argument of an ordinary person, but Veda never asks one person to believe what it reveals. It says, you can discover. You can discover. If one person can discover, and that person is called Rishi, you also can discover those facts. Suppose a scientist has discovered E equal to mc square. Suppose he comes and says E is equal to mc square. You say, I don't believe. Hey, this is not the matter of belief, it's a matter of understanding. If I can discover, you also can discover. Another person says, it is wrong. How you know that it is wrong? To say it is wrong also, one has to go through the process of discovery. Therefore, Veda says, I never ask you to believe what I reveal, nor you can negate it. What I want you to do is, if you have guts, if you have strength, follow the process of discovery. So that is the grandness of Vedic scripture, unlike other scriptures. Other religious scriptures are there, na? Somebody says, God talked to me. If I ask, why can't He talk to me? Why can't He talk to me? No, I am a selected individual. He can talk to me only. What about me? Those religions don't have guts to say, yes, you also can talk to. Understood? So I am the only selected person. I am the only selected Messiah. I am the only selected son. Veda reveals say what? Whatever is applicable for one person is applicable for entire humanity. That is the grandness. If you have guts, if you have strength, if you have enough time and interest, you also can discover all these truths. Suppose E is equal to mc square. So Einstein says E equal to mc square. Somebody who is in audience, I don't accept, sir. Einstein will say, you should not accept. Then only you are eligible to be in the audience. Whatever I say, if you accept, you are not a thinking person. For a non-thinking person, I did not teach this. So don't accept. But you cannot say, I am wrong. Allow me to explain. Allow me to work in your brain. It will take time, some time. Up to that time, you should allow me to talk. That much only Shastra wants. As long as you understand, give a benefit of doubt to the teacher that he is not wrong. That's all. That much only. That he is not wrong. That's the benefit of doubt. He may not be wrong. That is the benefit of doubt. Give that teacher. Then allow yourself in the process. So you have to depend upon the words of rishis. Then only you can discover those revelations in your life also. This initial dependence, initial faith, initial giving benefit of doubt to the teacher of Vedanta Parampara is called Shraddha Astika Buddhihi. So words of rishis are dependable. Words of scientists are dependable as long as you don't prove that they are wrong. Correct? As long as you don't prove that they are wrong, their words are dependable. Even to prove that their words are wrong, you have to go through the process of discovery. Similarly, words of rishis are dependable till you discover the truth. How their words can be dependable? Because they don't have any axe to grind. They don't claim any exclusive privilege. They are men of character. The very fact they urge the humanity to verify and to challenge their discoveries is a sign for their greatness. What was the question? How can I depend upon Veda? How can I depend upon Rishi's words? Once I depend upon Rishi's words and Veda, then only all these things can be acceptable. Then only I can follow truth in my life. So what is the argument here? To follow truth in my life with the hope that it is going to help me in the next Janma, I require Veda Pramanam. Veda can be dependable only when I accept the Veda Pramanam. So how can I accept the Veda Pramanam or Rishi's words without seeing them? It's a silly argument. If somebody says, how can I accept E is equal to mc square? How can I accept when I never saw Einstein? Can I accept this question? Somebody asks, E equal to mc square. How can I accept, sir? I never saw Einstein. Can I accept this argument? Similarly, the argument that how can I accept Rishi's words when I never saw them is a silly argument. And their discoveries are valid. How it is valid? You also discover. How it is valid? You also discover. They say, you also go through the process, you also discover them. Not only they urge humanity to discover, after discovering, they live the life according to their discovery. That is the peculiarity of rishis. So what they discovered? Satyavaneva Jayati. That is the discovery. What in our context, what is the discovery here in the context? Present context, Satyavaneva Jayati. A truthful person alone wins in life. Whether in this life or in life after the Janma. Then there is a life after Janma. And there is a Karma Phala Dhata as Ishvaraha, as Karma Phala Dhata. And there is Swarga and Naraka. There is a rewarding place and a punishment place. All these things they have discovered. Then after discovery, if they don't follow Satyam in their life, what happens? Whatever they discovered is negatable. It is like a person says, sir, please take this tonic. Sir, please take this tonic. You will have a lot of strength, sir. Sir, please take this tonic. You will have a lot of strength. A person go on trying to sell. And that person is an emaciated person, thin, lean, very weak. So the purchaser will ask, why can't you take this first? Have you tried with your health? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna used to say, there was a priest, he went and asked for begging. Bhagavati Bhikshan Dehi. Then a mother came from home. He asked, Mother, you please give me food. I will teach you a mantra by which you will never get hunger. Then that mother told, the mother is intelligent mother. If you know a mantra by which you don't get hunger, why can't you use for yourself? Why you are asking me beggary? Why you are asking me food? Correct? So what is the discovery in this small joke? What is the discovery? He has discovered a mantra by which nobody will get hunger. So if he refused to make use of that discovery in his life, naturally other person will never attempt also. Here Ramji going to say, those rishis who have advocated to the humanity that follow truth in your life, they followed the same truth in their life. Those rishis who have discovered the presence of Ishvara as karma phala dhata, who have discovered the Surga Naraka as the place of punishment and reward, those who have discovered karma niyati, their life was according to Satya and Dharma. Their discovery is proved in their life. What is the question? How can I depend upon Rishi's discovery? Is the question. What is the answer? Their life is the proof for their discovery. Validity of the discovery, you can happily depend upon them. For example, a child asks a mother, Mummy, who is my father? Mummy, who is my father? Mother says, so and so is your father. As far as the child is concerned, it's a revelation. Correct? It's a revelation. The child can never know this through any other source. The child can never know this knowledge that so and so is my father can never be known by any other source except the source of mother's words. It's a mere word. So and so is your father. Then child says, how can I depend upon you? How can I depend upon your words? Mother will say, my life is the proof. What is the proof for my words? My life is the proof. Other than this, no need for any proof. How can she prove? When you grow, my dear child, when you grow, you yourself will accept. The child asks, how I am now 5 kilos, 7 kilos, how I was in your stomach? How to explain? Go through the process. Now eat nicely, you will understand. Mother will tell what? Eat nicely, you will understand. After 20 years, you will understand what is the meaning of becoming a mother. So up to becoming 20-year-old adult, the person should depend upon what? Mother's words. Then the person will understand what is becoming father or mother. Correct? Similarly, Rishis also ask the humanity to discover the truth which are revealed in the Shastra, to discover the truth in their own life. But as long as you discover in your own life, you give the benefit of the doubt to the words of the dependable people. Benefit of the doubt not to all. Benefit of the doubt to the dependable people. Who are those dependable people? It depends upon the context. If it is a physical origin, if a child wants to know its physical origin, pramana is what? Words of the mother. If the context is, discovery is about the spiritual origin, where from aham, koham, kuta ayataha, kame janani, kome tataha. where I am from, what for I am here, who has created me, what is my origin, what is my spiritual origin. Then which Mata comes? Not physical Mata, not physical mother, Shastra Mata comes. And this Shastra Mata is in the form of words, and those people who have discovered this truth, their life itself is the proof for their discovery. Therefore, according to their discovery, what is the discovery? Satyavaneva Jayati is the discovery. Satyameva Jayati is the discovery. What is the meaning of Satyameva Jayate? Satyavaneva Jayati. That is the discovery. What is the meaning? A man of character alone is successful is the meaning. For success in life, nothing is required except character. That is the discovery. What is the discovery? Satyameva Jayate, when Shastra says, what is the discovery? A man of character alone will be successful, and for success in life, nothing is required except character. That's the discovery. After discovering this, if a person go on amassing wealth by telling lie, what will happen? Discovery is falsified. Like that mantra joke is there, na? I will give you a mantra by which you will not get hunger. Correct? So, those who have discovered this, they followed this truth to the end of their life. This discovery is proved in their life. Ramji says, Dharme rataha satpurushai sametaha tejasvino dana guna pradanaha ahinsaka vitamalascha loke bhavanti pujya munayah pradhana. Beautiful assertion it is. All these ideas are written millions of years before. Any person who can have little understanding, simple, little thinking, can understand the Ramji's arguments. What a beautiful argument. What was the question? How can I depend upon Veda Pramanam? How can I depend upon Rishi's words? Ramji says, their life is the proof for their validity. What type of life? Munayaha, Vitamalaha. One who has discovered these facts are desireless people. There is no axe to grind. They will not have patent for their discovery. Small thing, blade is discovered means immediately one patent. Correct? Guillotine, one patent. Small blade, one needle, one patent. One syringe, one patent. Do you understand what is the meaning of patent? So I have discovered. So royalty should come. That means what? There is an axe to grind. He does advertisement. Saridan is a medicine discovered by someone, suppose, for headache. So Saridan. He goes on, gives advertisement. Why you advertise? No, it will solve your problem. It will solve your problem. It will solve your problem. He says, but at the same time, it adds my account extra money. It adds extra money in my account. It doesn't say. So there is an axe to grind. If somebody copies that formula and sells in a cheaper cost, this fellow who has discovered, he says, you are stealing my discovery. See, whatever discovered by rishis, no patent. Yoga, anybody can learn, anybody can teach, anybody can earn lot of money. Ramayana, anybody can read, anybody can understand, anybody can earn lot of money. If you know how to teach Ramayana in the West, monthly salary is 1.5 lakh rupee. If you stay in ashrama, within 3 years, we will teach you Sanskrit and Ramayana Patha, and you know, a little bit imagination power and English, good English. What is the salary? 1.5 lakh. All children now who are studying in Gurukula, they don't go for regular schools. Okay, just straightly they write an exam, degree exam. Very good English is there, Sanskrit is there in their Gurukula. They know Ramayana. Just they go there, earn lot of money. Nothing is required. 20 years, MBBS, MS, MD, nothing is required. But who has written this? He says, I don't want anything, you take it. I don't want anything, you take it. I have no desire to sell my product. So, Vitamalaha, they are desireless people. Tejasvinaha, after discovery, they never wanted to gain something from the society and enjoy the pleasures, sense pleasures. They are men of austerity. They are men of tapas, not men of bhoga, indriya bhoga. Dharme rataha, they revel in nobility. They don't revel in sensuality. They revel in nobility. They don't revel in sensuality. Dana guna pradhanaha, they are men of renunciation. They are giving hand, never receiving hand. Ahimsakaha, they are not a threat to the society. They don't compete with anyone. They don't hurt anyone. By their discovery, they don't compete with anyone. They don't hurt anyone. They are not a threat. Satpurushaihi sametaha, always sought after by other noble people. Can a scientist be sought after by other scientists? Never. Because every scientist is afraid of another scientist, whether he will knock off me. Correct? Can any teacher in any department of science, can any teacher teach all the things what he knows to his student? Never. Only this Adhyatma Vidya teacher wants every disciple to be greater than the teacher himself. No other department of science, the teachers have guts to teach all those things what they know. They keep it what? As secret. Otherwise that fellow will revolt. That student will knock off the teacher. That fear will be there. Here, what is the condition of a teacher of this Vedic revelation? Satpurushaihi sameta. Always surrounded by noble people, sought after by noble people. Loke pujyaha. Society can never neglect them. In spite of their arrogance, society will bow down. In spite of their arrogance, society will bow down. And pradhanaha, they are going to be the leaders of the society. See, this is the assertion of Ramji. What is the assertion? Discoveries of rishis are valid because they completely used those discoveries in their life. Their very life is the proof for their validity of their discovery. So he says they are men of desirelessness, they are men of austerity, they revel in nobility, they are men of renunciation, they are not threat to the society, they are sought after by noble people, other noble people, they are object of honor in the society and they are the leaders of the society. All these characters you can take from, you can see in the life of Ramji himself. Ramji says, Vitamalaha. The people who have discovered this truth are desireless people. Ramji life, if you take, Ramji himself says, Nahamartha paro devi lokam avastum utsahe vidhimam rushabhistulyam kevalam dharmamashritam. When Kaikeyi asked Rama to give a promise that he will accept whatever she says, before revealing the news that you should go to forest, she was little bit reluctant. If Rama revolts, if Rama disobeys, what will happen? All my plan will crumble. Therefore, initially she asked Ramji, Rama, you give the promise that you will obey your father's words. Then Ramji says, hey, what these things? You don't have faith in my life? I never disobeyed my father. Whatever it may be, I will obey. Because I am not a person who is living for the sake of wealth or power or sense pleasures. Naham artha paro devi lokam avastum utsahe vidhimam rushabhistulyam. Please understand, I am a rishi. How much guts should be there? A 25-year-old son to say to a mother, understand that I am rishi. Vidhimam rushabhistulyam kevalam dharmamashritam. I live in this world just to practice dharma. Then Tejasvinaha. Tejasvinaha means what? Men of austerity. These discoverers are men of austerity. If you take Ramji's life, very austere life, this Vanavasa is a nice thing for him. Generally Vanavasa, everybody cried, oh Rama, you are going to go to forest, you are going to suffer. Oh Rama, what life it is, what a curse it is, what is fate, what these things, like that everybody cried except Rama. Ramji says, Vanavaso hi Mahodayaha. Mahodaya means a good period. In everybody's life, good period comes na. Shukra Dashan solluvaanga. Shukra Dasha. Shukra Dasha means very grand period. All success will come in that period to that person. He will get Olympic. Afterwards he will lose even in district level games. So Olympic gold medal period is called Mahodayaha. Here Ramji says, in my life, what is the Mahodaya period? What is Mahodaya period? Vanavaso hi Mahodayaha. That means what? Unless a person revels in austerity, he cannot say Vanavaso hi Mahodayaha. Therefore Tejasvinaha. Dharme rataha. These discoverers are not spiritual scientists. Don't revel in sensual things. They revel in nobility. For that reason, they are ready to give up anything. Apyaham jivitam jahyam tvam vasite sa lakshmanam natu pratignyam samshrutye brahmanebhyo visheshataha. Bhagavan Ramji says to Sita, when Ramji gave word to rishis that I will free the Janasthana, the place, from the atrocities of Rakshasas. I will destroy all the Rakshasas and I will free this Janasthana land from the atrocities of Rakshasas. When he gave word, then Sitaji says, why you are getting into trouble? It is not our area. Let them fight for their life's sake. Why should you fight for their life's sake? When Sitaji says, then Ramji asks, why you are afraid of me fighting for the sake of rishis? Sita says, what will happen to your life? Then Ramji says, Apyaham jivitam jahyam. Hey Sita, I am not afraid of losing my life. I am not afraid of losing you who happen to be more valuable than my life. I am not afraid of losing Lakshmana who happen to be more valuable than my life and your life. Apyaham jivitam jahyam tvam va site sa Lakshmana. But I am afraid of losing one thing. What? Natu pratiknyam samshrutya brahmanebhyo visheshataha. I have given word. I am afraid of losing that Satya in my life. So what is the discovery of Rishi? Satyameva jayate, Satyavaneva jayate. And the Satyavan always is afraid of losing Satyam in his life. He doesn't bother about losing his life or his people's life. Therefore they are dharme rataha. Dana guna pradana. They are men of giving. Everybody is a man of receiving. Beggarliness is an ingrained thing in human mind. I want. This tambura, I want tambura, goes on. What I want goes on change. I want balloon. By the time physical body grows, then I want book, I want notebook. Then physical body grows. I want bicycle. Then still physical body grows. I want girlfriend. I want boyfriend. I want girlfriend. This I want. I want marriage. I want child. I want grandchild. I want school admission for my grandchild. Up to death, this fellow is in deathbed. He says, Swamiji, I am worried about my grandchild. So, beggarly mind. Not only individual life, in professional life also. All strikes happen in India. How happens? We want more salary, we want more DA, we want more leaves, we want more privileges, we want more. Want. Have you come across any dharna, any strike? We want to work more, we want to give more charity, we want to renounce everything. Anybody say? beggarly mind. Normal mind is beggarly mind. Ramji says these discoverers, spiritual scientists, rishis, mahatmas are giving mind. They may not have anything. If somebody goes and asks, you please give your backbone. Okay, you take. There was a rishi called Dadichi. Indra went and asked. As even they go, all these devatas will go with selfish interest. Rishis also know that. What to do? Pathetic people, when a child comes asking for chocolate, can a grandfather reject it? As even the child comes, the grandfather knows, this child is coming for chocolate. So he keeps it ready. Okay. Similarly, these rishis also are ready to give up anything in their life, including their own life. So what is the fear? So when Indra came, he did all namaskara, mala, garland, this and namaskara. Then Dirghayushman Bhava, he told, that rishi told. Then Indra told, if I have to live long, I should win over Vritrasura. Okay, win. For that, I need a weapon. Okay, take. What weapon you want? What weapon I should give? You have to give your backbone. You have to give your backbone means what? You have to die. Then after death, I will take your backbone. Then out of that backbone, I will create Vajrayuta. This Vajrayuta is there in the hands of Indra, is the backbone of a rishi. Brahmaji told, you can win only when you have tapas of the rishi with you, and the tapas will be in the form of the Vajrayuta. So, Dana Guna Pradhana. They never bother about giving up anything. Today they told Rama, you are going to be the ruler of country. Okay. Tomorrow they told, Rama, you should not stay in the Ayodhya. Okay. How he went? If somebody is put in jail, suppose, what he will do? He will lock his home and take the key and go, because after 14 years he will come back. Life sentence is 14 years, suppose. Will he do dana and go to jail? Will he do dana and go to foreign country? What he will do? He will lock nicely. எதுக்கு இருக்கட்டுமே வீட்டுன்னு ஒன்று இருக்கட்டுமே இந்தியாவில் வரவே மாட்டான்னு தெரியும். He knows that I may not come from America at all, because he is going to settle there. Still, ancestral home, let it be with me only. He will not do dana and go. What about Ramji? Everything he gave in dana. And Valmiki was reveling in describing the happy mood of Rama. A Brahmana comes there and says, I have come here to see you off. Ramji understood. Okay, what service should I do? No, I don't receive gifts. I receive honors. Okay, according to my talent, you should honor me. What is your talent? I am talentable person in javelin throw. I am talentable person in throwing the stick. Acha, throw. That is a talent, means you please show. I will honor you. How you honor? However much distance you throw, up to that much distance I will make the cows to stand that much distance, and I will give equal land also for you. Immediately this Brahmana, this ordinary Brahmana priest, what he does, waist ella madichu kattittu naaka pudichine apdi kuchu eduthu odi, he was just suddenly Tamil comes. He makes his dress properly, because running time you have to be very careful. So he, with all enthusiasm, he just goes back and comes running and throws the stick. That stick went 2 kilometers away. Sarayu Tira it went, it seems. And Ramji says, make cows to stand. How many cows? Thousands and thousands of cows. Then give land for the protection of these cows. Like that, with happy mood, including his personal belongings. Everything was given to the public. Then ahimsakaha, they are men of ahimsa, love. They are men of love. They are not a threat to the society. They don't compete with the society. This ordinary scientist may say, you please accept what my discovery is, otherwise the world is getting heated, like that. Go on, they insist on their discovery. These sadhus, these rishis, this is what truth. You take your time to understand. Whether you accept or not, this is what going to happen. You'll be all right. That's all. They don't even insist their discovery in their life. Anybody comes with all reverence, to them only they teach. They don't go and knock the door. They don't go and knock the door. There is a difference between teaching and preaching. Teaching means it is given to a student who comes and knocks your door. Preaching means you go there and knock the other person's door. Why you go? Why you go there? Why you go there? Because you will get something. That's why all preachers get something. There is a pressure from the part of the teacher. There is a pressure. Unless society accepts my idea, I will be nobody. That is called preaching. That doesn't have any meaning. But when teaching is there, whether society accepts or not, whether I have a disciple or not, things will be there as Satyam. Somebody, some blessed soul will come in future. Then all these things will come out to the society. Therefore, they are ahimsakaha. They never hurt the society by their power and discovery. They are not threat to the society. Even when Ramji lost his wife, even when he had the capacity to destroy the entire creation, he says, he has that power, he has that weapon, but still, how he conducted his life? As an ordinary person. Then Satpurushaihi Sametaha, always sought after by other noble people. These rishis are always sought after by other rishis. That's why if you take Ramji's life, all rishis come to Ramji. Even when he was just 16-year-old, Vishwamitra comes to Dasharatha asking him to send Rama with him. Then Dasharatha asks, why you ask Rama? He is just Una Shodasha Varushaha. He is just not even 16. Why you are asking this minor boy to fight? To fight with whom? With Rakshasas? Hurry, how can he fight? No, you don't know him. I know him. Aham vetmi mahatmanam Ramam Satyaparakramam. So, all the other people always surrounded, all noble people always surrounded Rama. Sarvada abhigata sadbihi. Valmiki Ramayana says, Rama was Sarvada abhigataha, sadbihi abhigataha, always surrounded by other noble people. Always surrounded by other noble people means always in the company of other spiritual scientists. Correct? Always in the company of other spiritual scientists. Can you experiment this in other science? Suppose there is a nuclear scientist. Can he allow anyone to be always surrounded by Can he allow anyone to be always with him? No. He is afraid of another person's company because he may steal my discovery. That fear is not there. Then loke pujyaha. These people, men of character, those who have discovered this truth are men of character. Therefore, loke pujyaha. If you take Ramji's life, even enemies respect him. Maricha says about Rama to Ravana, when Ravana comes and gives an idea that we should take revenge against Rama, Maricha says, don't do all these things. It is impossible. One reason is, why I ask you to abstain from revenge is, one reason is, it is impossible because he is more powerful than you, Ravana. Second reason is, he is a noble man. He will never do any harm to anyone. Your sister may be wrong in interpreting the incidents, in informing the incident. Your sister may be the wrong. Rama was a noble man. Who says? Maricha. What was the relationship between Maricha and Rama? What was the relationship? Maricha was hit by Rama by an arrow and thrown into the ocean twice. And that Maricha says, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. He is a noble man. Who says? Enemy says. That was the character of these people. Loke Pujyaha and Pradhanaha. These people are going to be the leaders of the society till date. these people are respected by the society. Till date, whenever we hear Dharmatma Satya Sandaschet, whenever we hear the word Dharmatma Satya Sandaha, whose name comes to our mind? Rama, Harishchandra, that type of people, personalities. Therefore, if you are an intelligent person, you will follow their footsteps. Ramji says, if you are an intelligent person, you will follow their footsteps, rejecting their suggestions, rejecting their discoveries, rejecting their counsel is mere foolishness. Without verifying those discoveries in your life, by going through the process of discovery, without verifying those discoveries in your life, just by mere prejudice, if you reject that I don't believe God, I don't believe Karma Niyati, I don't believe Shastra, if you reject, and that is the sign of your idiocy. It is mere foolishness. It is a great loss also. It is not only foolishness, it is a great loss. Their words are pramanam, source of knowledge, which will help you in finding grandness in your life. As I told, like a mother's words are source of knowledge of a person who wants to know what is my identity. A child wants to know who I am. What is my identity? Who is my father? This is a grand truth in a person's life. A child, if a child doesn't know who is my father, whole life is a problem for that child. And that is exemplified in Mahabharata story in the form of character of Karna. Such a grand person with all noble qualities, with grand power and education, with Shaurya, everything was there. Friends and people, power, position. But the life was what? Miserable life. That life was miserable. Only one reason. What was the reason? He cannot declare his father's name to the society. How grand this truth? How grand this discovery, who is my father? Really grand. Really grand. How this grand truth can come to any child? By a mere word of mother. Similarly, any individual who wants to know what I am in reality. What is the grand truth? Amritasya putraha. Amritasya putraha. You are Amritasya putraha. You are a child of the Lord. Once you know this grand truth in your life, how your life will be? That life will be a life of giving, a life of fearlessness, a life of freedom from sensuality, a life of fulfillment. And how a person can get this? Only by Shastra Pramanam. Rejecting the Shastra as a Pramanam is mere foolishness, because a person doesn't have any argument to reject. Correct? No access, no argument, no verification to reject. Without verifying, he says, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. What do you call this? Foolishness. Who is the loser? The individual. Therefore, Ramji says, be an intelligent person, then be a fulfilled one, finding the truths, grand truths in your life. Whether you are going to be an intelligent person or not, he is addressing Jabali Rishi. This story should be kept in background. He is addressing the Jabali Rishi who advocated Nastikavata. Okay. So to him only he is addressing. Ramji says, hey Jabali, whether you are going to be an intelligent person or not, I am an intelligent person. For me, my life will be a life of values, because Veda is Pramanam for me. Rishi's words are Pramanam for me. If you reject Veda as Pramanam, then it is available for you. Only another Pramanam available for you is what? Your own sense organ and mind, which is whimsical. It will be a curse. The life will be a curse if a person leads his life just by whimsical mind. Mind says, go, he goes. Mind says, sit, sit. Mind says, see that girl, he sees. Divorce, divorce. Marriage, marriage. Anything mind says, go on. It's a life of slavery. It's a life of sensuality. It will be a life of curse. It is just a burden to carry this toilet bag, which happened to be our own body, body is called as a toilet bag. Okay, anything comes out of that, if it is put outside in a bottle, what we call? Specimen. You have to wash your hands with Dettol. Same thing. Whether it is saliva or blood or anything, any part of the thing which is inside going on, so many things are there. That bag is nicely covered, plastic cover, best plastic cover, and that too colored. Some are brown colored, some are black colored, some are white color. And what is the actual reality? Toilet. And a person says, I am going to carry this toilet bag whole life, and whatever my sense organ asks me, I will provide, and whole life I will provide and provide and provide and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. And for that I have to earn and earn and earn. For that I have to run and run and run. For that I have to study and study. What life it is? What life it is? Ramji says it will be a life of curse. Carrying you imagine a person whole life he has to carry toilet box on his head. How it will be? And that too considering the toilet bags, that I am toilet box, I am toilet box, I am toilet box. Everybody, when everybody says, I am human being, what they mean? They mean only body. Sir, today my birthday, sir, today my, marriage day. What does it mean? All addressed to only this toilet bag. Ramji says, if you don't accept Vedas Pramana, your life will be spending only for this body related thing. No fulfillment, no grandness, no purpose in human life, and it will be really a curse. You cannot give up this bag also. Even a law doesn't accept suicide. And you have to provide day in, day after, 3 times, 4 times or 5 times, this bag is asking, give food, give cool drinks, give ice cream. And nothing is given free. And for that you have to earn money. Then run. Only for mouth sake. Then for eye sake, give this film, give that film, give this film, show me this film. Then about years, 24/7, FM, here. What happens? You are a slave fulfilling your sense organs and their desires and the whims and fancies of life. What life it is going to be, Jabali? At least for dignified life. Whether you understand or not, give the benefit of doubt to the words of Rishis. They will teach you that you are not body. They will teach you have many bodies. They will teach you that unless you gain your spiritual identity, this carrying toilet bag, which is in the form of our own physical body, will continue and continue. Better you become a man of values as quick as possible. Better you become a man of intelligent as quick as possible. That will be the argument. Ramji is going to continue. Whether you are going to be an intelligent person or not, I am already intelligent person. For me, Veda is Pramanam. Those details you will see in the next class. Ramaya Ramachandraya Ramabhadraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.